Namaste. Welcome. Welcome to Hatha Yoga class. I am Lilias Folan, and I'm very glad that you have decided to join me, I hope, for the next half hour. Until recently, the very word meditation could raise an eyebrow, evoke thoughts of mysticism and hocus pocus. One of my teachers once said, Lilias, both peace and stress come from the same place, right here between the ears. It's true. Peace and stress begin in your mind. And meditation is the process of quieting the mind. Anyone can do it. The practice of meditation is challenging because it's not easy to quiet our thoughts. There are many, many methods to calming your mind, some secular, some with much spiritual content, but all involve your awareness and control over what's going on between the ears. The benefits of meditation are well documented: lowering of blood pressure, improving performance, but really, those are just side effects. For me personally, one of the greatest benefits continue to be dissolving my sense of feeling so isolated and separated from my own body, spirit, and mind. How do you begin to meditate? Well, there are many books to read, conferences to attend. Hatha Yoga is a perfect place to start because Hatha Yoga leads you into relaxation, and relaxation leads you into meditation, and meditation leads you into a way of life. And that's how it's been for me personally. It's been fun for me to share some of those thoughts. So let's begin with some Hatha Yoga. If this is your first time, join us. Please, no pain, really, no pain. Pain is a place you do not wish to be in, so go slowly, watch if you'd like to, and join when you would like to also. Let's begin by standing up, please. And we're going to, because standing, you can get nice blood circulating, going, and warm up quickly. Stand in Tadasana. Tadasana is a standing pose that connects you to the earth. The breastbone is lifted, the bone of life. This gives you energy and breath. Arms are relaxed at your sides, and just what happens inside your memory is that you are connected to the earth with your feet and connected to the above with your head, and you are right in between. So have your feet now about 2.5 feet apart. And when we go down, the knees are going to go forward and your hips are going to go back. Your knees don't go downwards, they go forward. So you'll keep everything, all those joints safe and feeling good. Woodchopper is raising both arms over your head. All right, clasping your hands together, bending the knees and shoot them forward, the hips back, as you then draw both hands between your legs, and then inhaling, lift up. Lift the axe above your head, good. Stretching the ribs out of the digestion, and then exhaling, coming forward. Remember, the knees go forward, the hips go back. As you come up again, this time do a breath. This breath sounds like this. You want to open the mouth and really shoot it out through the roundness of the mouth. So breath in through the nose and then out through the mouth this time. And again, inhaling up. And as you come up, a nice breath in, and then let the arms float down on the breath as you come down, and roll a little bit of the shoulders. Good, and in the other direction. All right, one more time, so I can prepare the shoulders a bit, and doing little circles. Sometimes I take 2 big circles, and if you have a little arthritis in your shoulder, don't go through the pain, just sort of back off and do smaller motions and listening to your body. All right? Listening, always. Now, if you have a belt, and I do have one with me, or a dish towel, something that you can hold on to, clasp the belt behind you, and it's about hip width apart, and my fingernails touch my seat muscle. Notice that the back of my hands are facing towards the wall. That's important, where your hand is. All right, let's slowly start to straighten your arms. And expand the space between your two hands if you need to. So there is no stressing your elbow. And then stand tall, lifting the breastbone and lifting the arms at the same time. We are not leaning forward. You're lifting up, and then breathe in and lift your chin. Exhale, drop your chin to the throat, slowly lower the arms down. This is wonderful for giving you some energy. I don't know when you're seeing this class. This could be in the morning. You expand the chest for energy. Could be in the evening. Wonderful for releasing tension and stress that we carry in the chest. Let's do it one more time. Start to straighten the arms and squeeze the shoulder blades together, because this is for the shoulders and for the chest. And you're going to inhale, lift your chin up. Good. Exhale, bring your chin towards your throat and then lower the arms down, lift the chin up, and then release your belt. Just release it and just feel how good it feels afterwards. There's always a little after echo going on in your shoulders and your arms, and just let the arms drain. All right, now let's take a breath in and exhaling out with a yes. We're going to start right off with a balancing pose. And I do this because the mind is quiet. And so let's begin by, in this balancing pose, which is half moon, I like standing on this wonderful wooden floor. And also, use your book. I think if you've been with this class for a while, you know I like to just have a few things around. This is not a book. These are my grandson's blocks, which he graciously let me use. And my children used to have them. They're very, very light, and they're quite wonderful for just using for balance. So place something. You're going to be about 3 feet apart. You could even use a chair in your room if this is your first time, and play with this. This is not serious. And feet about 3 feet apart, and let's turn the feet. I want to have that left foot. We're going to go to the right, so left foot in slightly. Look at your right foot and turn it 90 degrees. Bend forward and watch here. I put the brick just a little bit in front of the foot, and then slightly to the side. That's all there is to it. Now, place your hands on that book or chair or footstool, whatever you have. It's nice and secure, and the other hand is behind you. Now, let's put the weight on the front foot. That's your right foot, and then straighten that leg. Straighten the leg and make both legs very active so that you can feel both legs. I hear a few laughter going on in certain rooms as they're practicing this, and that's just fine. It's meant to be fun. And once you get your balance, start to turn the hip. This is my left hip. Turning it slightly towards the center of your room. The navel to the center of your room. Yes. And just breathing, not holding the breath. Then when you're ready, raise the arm. This is my left arm up to the ceiling. So the arms form one wing. And if you're feeling brave and you're feeling confident, slowly turn your head. And then come out of the posture as beautifully as you went into it. You nice 3-point landing, hand to your hip, and then come up to a standing position. Fun. A little counter pose for that would be to fold forward and just relax your hips, relaxing the back, and just let your head hang and the neck hang. Maybe move a little bit from side to side so you get in a little bit to the joints from side to side. And then let's stand up. Stand up. No dizziness. Any dizziness, take a deeper breath or stop and sit down. Let's do that half moon balance now to the opposite side. Look down at your feet, 3.5 feet apart. And now the right foot turns in slightly. Left foot 90 degrees. Bend that left knee and reach down, put your book in the proper place so it really gives you that little added bit of support. And the right hand goes to your hip. Ready? Put the weight on that front leg, which for me is my left foot, and then straightening the leg. Both legs now are very, very active. And you want to pretend that it's almost like you're against a wall. So you're not bowing the spine or arching the spine. Now slowly turn. This is turning the navel towards the center of your room. Shoulder goes back. You're breathing, of course. Little wobbling is just fine. Then raise, when you have the balance, raise the right arm up into the space above your head. Turning your head. Both legs are very active. Breathing and then come down. 3-point landing. And then stand up. Very good. It's practice. It's quieting for the mind. It's actually, balancing is supposed to be very restful. Well, in the beginning, it's a lot of work. I mean, you have to really feel where you are, back, side, and front. So we'll practice it, and the next time we meet, hope we can do this one more time together. All right, put the hands on the hip hinge and let's fold forward. Coming forward, forward, forward. Just let your hands slide down. And once again, this is just a way to relax your back. Head hangs. Put the hands in front of you, and can you bring your toes together, heels and toes and heels, so that their feet are hip-width apart. And just pause here for a moment, letting the backs of your legs stretch out. Now pretend you've got little shadows behind the back of your knees, and exhale and open the back of your right knee. Inhale, let it bend. Let's get some sunshine now in the back of your left knee. Exhaling. Then the breath flows in, and then coming up to standing. Rounded back is fine in yoga, as is a lengthened back. Back up now into standing pose. Breastbone lifted. Ready to go now into the next posture. Come on to your knees now as we do a table pose. Before you go into table, let's take a moment to stretch out. The opportunity this is to stretch out your toes. Let the toes stretch out, and you just sit there for a moment, and soon those little muscles in your toes and bottoms of your feet will stretch out. You'll probably feel it a little bit. It gets easier as you practice it. Then flatten their feet and just sit. You know, if you get a cramp, by the way, in your foot or calf, what you should do is you press or pinch your upper lip. Press it like this, release, press, release, press, release. It's a pressure point for the spasms in foot cramps. All right, stretch your arms now out in front of you. Feet cramping happen all the time in yoga postures. Just turn your feet also the other direction. That helps too. And then into your table pose. Come up onto your hands and knees, and then round your back like a cat. And inhaling, lift the chin, but don't let the low back go into too deep a sway. I sometimes have a bit of a problem there, so I have to take care. Round the back, exhaling, and inhaling, lift the chin. And again, exhaling, rounding the back. Sit back on your heels again and stretch and reach with one arm and then the other. This should feel good. And get your ribs going from side to side. Fine. And then sit down. Will you come back up onto your knees? Into your table pose, as we do a little table twist, which is looking at your right hand and then just let it go out to the side. Let's just sweep it out to the right. And here you open the chest and you look up to the thumb of your right hand and then down. And let's inhale through the nose, not the mouth. Breathe in. And a lovely, safe twist for spiraling, really, for the low back. You're breathing as you're holding. And then down, very nice. And then slip down onto your abdomen. Onto your abdomen, and just come onto your elbows for a moment. The cobra posture, let's just do a little bit of cobra here. When you place your hands beneath your shoulders, ensure that they're not above your shoulders, but they're slightly back. If you'll just look here, they're slightly back of my collarbone. Elbows in close to the body. we're going to do a little, which I like very much. It's a cobra and a cobra salute. Good for strengthening your back, both sides of the back as well as one side and then the other. Look down the front of your shirt and then slowly lift your forehead, the nose, and the chin. Pull your shoulders up onto your ears for a moment and then back and down. And then tucking the pelvis under, inhaling slowly, lift and then down. When you come up into your lift, I'd like you to be aware now of the area between your navel and your breastbone. Lengthen that line. Think about that now as we do the next cobra posture. All right, get your proper position of your hands, your shoulders. Long neck, keep it all in one piece with your spine. And then slowly, remember that line, navel to breastbone. Lengthen it, lengthen it, lengthen it. Good. And then the head a little bit, the chin lifted slightly. Head a little bit up. Exhaling down. And again, inhaling, lift. Pause and down. A cobra salute is inhaling as you lift. Pause here. Stretch your right arm out in front of you, close to the side of your head. Salute. Stretch it back out again. Hands beneath the shoulders and then down. Now, could you feel what went on inside your back muscles when you did that? What went on? One side of the back worked harder than the other. This symmetrical posture then, which works both sides of the back now, one side worked even harder. And that brings a balance to, well, because we're just a little weaker on one side than the other, and that's just how it is for most people. Let's do the other side now. Cobra salute. Hands. Check yourself, shoulders back and down. Neck and skull in one piece. As you come up slowly, lengthening, navel to breastbone. Breathing comfortably at the top, stretch your left arm out close to your ear. Salute. Out. Press your hands beneath the shoulders. And then come up onto your knees. And we'll rest in pose of a child. Rest for a few moments in pose of a child. Arms alongside of your legs, your head and neck comfortable. Give your body a chance to recuperate. Your mind a chance to absorb the posture and to be in the stillness. And then slowly sit up. Remember, you're breathing, breathing, breathing. When you have a little rest like that, it's like a little oasis. Now lie back down again. All right, back down. And stretch one arm, this is my right arm, out to the side, and I'd like you to look here. Because the place in the body that I want us to be attentive to is this little hinge right here in the shoulder. All right, you're going to, this is my right arm. I'm going to turn my chest left. Turn the chest left into a side cobra. And then arms in a V. And if you just look at your screen for a moment, you can see that my arms are in a very comfortable V. And I stretch. All right, try this with me now. All right, try this with me now. Remember this little hip, this little shoulder hinge. And then no pain. You want to roll right through the shoulder girdle, rolls forward. The arm drifts back like a great piece of wood. And then the other arm is the same distance. It becomes a V. And then straightening the legs, increase the blade squeeze and breath in. It's very energizing. And exhaling. Let's do the other side. All right, the other side, taking care. This is my left arm. I roll and I face forward. And this arm drifts back as if it were in great water. This is a log jam, and the water is pushing and drifting my arm back. Once I'm very comfortable, then stretch both arms. Ah, yeah, good. It's very opening, very energizing. Your head can be down, or it can be on a pillow even. Breathing in, just like Mary Poppins, fly. And now, can you find your ankle? All right, can you find, that's just my right hand finding my right ankle into a side bow. Take your time. It's there. All right, inhaling. Wonderful stretch. If you're struggling, it's okay. Just the joys in the journey. All right, let's turn and we'll go to the opposite side. One more time. Set your arm, the base arm up. Remember, it's drifting back like a great log on a river. And then I reach up with my left hand, bending the left knee. And there it is. There's my ankle. And you can do from the side. You can, if you're feeling flexible, can you find that bottom foot and ankle? And inhale in the side bow. And then exhaling, and then roll onto your abdomen one more time. Place your hands on the floor. Come up, and we'll rest. A lovely counter pose is this pose of a child. Again, relax in child's pose. Your knees are comfortable. Forehead to the floor. Scan your body. Soften your shoulders down from your ears. Long, hollow arms. Breath is shallow, comfortable. Rest for a few more moments in the stillness. And then slowly sitting up, not popping up quickly, so the blood has a chance to go back very easily from where it's been in that inverted posture, and then back into sitting. Now we've done a lot of arcing back, of back bends, so let's go forward bends. All right, let's stretch your right leg out in front of you, and your left knee is bent. Raise both arms above your head. Breath in and grow. Exhaling, folding forward. Now when you come forward in your forward bend, try to move from these 3 or 4 vertebrae beneath your waist. Let's try that again. All right, raise the arms above your head and just think about that. I'm going to move from my low back, from below my waist. Send it forward first, then lengthen your spine as you come forward. Easy knees, and then try to think of that lengthening spine even to the top of your toes. And then inhaling, raise both arms up. It's very quieting the forward bends and lowering the arms. The arching back are very activating and invigorating. And then changing. Opposite leg. Moving now from that forward, that low place beneath your waist. Stretching forward, and forward. Pausing here, breathing shallowly. And then stretch your arms way out, coming up. And then lowering the arms down, and bending the knees, rounding the back, coming down, placing the body in relaxation pose. Lie down and place your body in the sponge pose. It's always the same. Feet well apart, press the low back into the floor, shoulders down from your ears, and palms turned upwards. Lower your chin just slightly. And remember that you actively participate in your own relaxation. I am merely your guide. So close your eyes and sense the room around you. The ceiling above you. Feel the space between your chest and the ceiling, and your ceiling and the chest. Now focus your attention upon your ears and passively listen to the sounds of your room. Now focus your attention on the lines of your forehead and silently suggest, lines of my forehead soften. Pause and feel them soft and smooth. Focus on your eyelids and feel where they touch. Say to yourself silently, my eyelids heavy. Pause to feel their heaviness. Now go inside the mouth and feel its moistness. Now just watch yourself breathe from that space 2 inches below the nostrils. And rest. Rest in this timeless moment.
And when you are ready, deepen your breath. Raise the arms over the head. Give a nice stretch. Keep the low back to the floor. That's it, a good yawn. Roll over onto your side. Keep one arm over your head, just like I'm doing, rolling over and then coming up, and then just sitting. Well, join me again, and we'll progress from here. Lovely to have you in class. Namaste.